Last night, Matt Harvey and Tim Lincecum squared off for 7 innings, but that wasn't even half the story. A marathon battle ensued and emotions were running high. And with the game running well past midnight, the Mets finally broke through in the 16th inning. Both teams will try to regroup for Game 2 of the series next.
The homestand continues here at AT&T Park as we get ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series, Mets and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, a very, very long night for everybody last night, including the guys on the field that had to stand out there and go through that 16-inning game. But a win is necessary tonight, and it's up to Barry Zito.
Well, Barry Zito has been outstanding here in the friendly confines of AT&T. 3-3 lifetime against these Mets. He has to throw strikes. He cannot leave his defense out there because of wildness. That's paramount. 2, he's got to go deep in the game to take some pressure off of a bullpen that threw 9 innings last night, and he's getting some help. Kensuke Tanaka, who was hitting .360 down in Fresno, is going to be in left field, so hopefully he can ignite, and Zito can do what he's done here all year long.
All right, looking for some energy. Well, one guy not in the lineup who's red hot, and that's Buster Posey, and he is smoking right now. Amy G is going to take a look at the red hot and the smoking Buster Posey, and she'll do that right after this.
brought to you by Jack in the Box. Go big at a Jack in the Box near you with Jack's new Big Stack Burger. And by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
Well, your San Francisco Giants, they're a frustrated bunch for sure, but the fans are still coming out to see their boys. They fell short on a 16-inning game last night, losing 4-3 to the New York Mets. The game lasted 5 hours and 26 minutes, and they stranded 18 men on base. Welcome back to AT&T Park. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and the Giants definitely need a quick and tidy win this evening. They are due, but they're going to have to get that offense going, especially situational hitting. But there were some signs of life in the lineup last night, especially for Buster Posey, who recorded his first career 5-hit game. It's our AT&T U-verse rewind. This evening, he started off 2-run homer in the first, and then he doubled in the fourth, singled in the sixth, added another double in the 11th, and then finally a single in the 16th, which was a 9-pitch at bat. Now, this was the first 5-hit game by a Giant since Nate Schierholtz in April of 2010, and Posey becomes the first Giants catcher with 5 hits in a game since June of 2000 when Doug Mirabelli did it against the Astros. He did catch all 16 innings last night, so he gets a rest this evening. Bruce Bochy shaking up the lineup a bit. Again, this evening you're going to see the newest Giant out in left field. Kensuke Tanaka will join the Giants tonight, and Barry Zito will be on the mound. Kruk and Kuip are going to be back with first pitch and lineups, but first, after these messages, we throw it out to Willie Mays Plaza. It is Say Hey Tuesday. We're going to check in with those fellas after these messages, so stay with us.
For baseball. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open every day. 62 degrees here at the yard. Winds at 12 miles per hour, 74% humidity, and it is a clear night. Let's take a look at the Mets lineup, and it's brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Young, Murphy, and then the All-Star David Wright. Let's see where David Wright ranks among National League third basemen. He's always at the top, followed by Bird, Satin, and then Brown, Anthony Recker, followed by Quintanilla, and then Dylan Gee.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the left-handed veteran Barry Zito, 2002 AL Cy Young Award winner. He's a three-time All-Star, a 3.3 lifetime ERA or win-loss record against these Mets with an ERA of 4.43. Zito in 17 starts this year, 4-6 with a 4.44 ERA. About a 2-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, close to it. With Zito, it's a fastball that'll be mid-80s. Big curveball, slider, cutter, changeup, lots of movement. The important thing for Zito tonight is he's got to throw strikes. He's got some tired legs out there behind him. I think last night, 16 innings, this Giants defense were on their legs for over 5.5 hours. And you really help yourself out if you're a pitcher. You find that strike zone early and you throw strikes. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Barry Zito, starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. And meet the newcomer, Kinsuke Tanaka. He's in left field, joined by Blanco and Pence. Crawford and Sandoval will be on the left side of the infield. Scudero and Belt on the right side, and Guillermo Quiroz in the squad, putting down the signs. As you figured, with all the catching Buster Posey did last night, he needs a day off. There's Kinsuke Tanaka, 31-year-old. Actually just turned 32 May 20th. 5'9", 170-pounder. Comes out of the Japanese leagues with great credentials. They have what is an all-star team there. It's called the Best Nine, and it's, if you would imagine joining the American League and the National League All-Stars in the United States and forming one team, that would be the Best Nine, and he's made that team 4 times. So he comes with credentials, a 3-time Gold Glove winner, and he's hitting a solid .330 in Fresno before he got called up, so he earned the right to be here.
Here's Young to lead things off. Waiting on home plate umpire Bill Miller to give the okay, and he does. And the first pitch of the ball game is down low. So we get started at 7:16. So Young in the leadoff spot. Very high. He went 2 for 7 in the game last night. Overall hitting just above 260. So Zito has to come in, and he does, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. It looked like Young was taking all the way.
And Zito really has a very good strike zone to work with tonight. Bill Miller is a high ball umpire, and he likes to call strikes. Big zone.
The rest of the umpires tonight will be Tickner, C.B. Buckner, and Adam, my new favorite umpire from last night. How about that?
He had a healthy strike zone.
Adam Hamari. 2-2. Tapped slowly to third. Sandoval is going to have to hurry, and it's not going to be in time. So this game gets started with an infield hit.
Well, what do you say we make it our Exmo? It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. A swing and bunt. And Eric Young just doesn't give you a lot of time. I'm not sure what kind of grip Sandoval had on this thing. It wasn't his number 1 throw. It was kind of a changeup he threw over there. But hey, just like that, Zito's in the stretch.
So Murphy takes wide, hitting at 268, 6 home runs, 35 driven in. Murphy's had 5 at bats against Zito lifetime, and he's 1 for 5. Fouls this one back on a healthy rip. Murphy in the game last night went 1 for 7.
Lucille trying to steal the guy's ball. He'll have none of that.
No, it's not going to happen.
Lucille a little frisky tonight.
Quick toss. Young is back. He's got 14 steals. He's been thrown out 5 times. Hero set out over the plate, and another toss to first. Goes 1-1 to the left-handed hitting Daniel Murphy. Takes up and in, 2 balls and a strike. David Wright watching from the on-deck circle. And the pitch, kind of a hanger to Daniel Murphy, and he fouled it back.
Got a man making a play. He let her touch it. That's it?
Not a relative. They didn't come to the game at all as together.
Oh, man.
Come to the game. Remember, bring your glove and your cup.
Here.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Get on the ground to Crawford. Crawford to Scudero. Scudero to Belt, and that's a double play. If you can, after you make an error the night before, you'd like to have a routiner, and that one was not a routiner.
I hit him low on the glove right there in the heel. What do your legs feel like playing the day after a 15 or 16 inning game?
You know, they're tight, but as you start to move around, hey, if you got a little age on you, it's a lot worse. Here's Wright. But you got to remember something. They're in shape. We're not.
That's true. It's unthinkable right now.
I mean, look, after 16 innings, my rear end was tired last night.
That's true.
These guys, yeah, they bounce back. Except maybe for Billy Hayes.
No batting practice today before the game for the Giants. That's rare, especially at home when you bang a batting practice session. Billy Hayes, that was not the first 16-inning game he's ever seen. Mets took batting practice. Just missed. Tried to go back into that same location he got that first strike with. Just a bit low.
All 16 innings caught by that man, Buster Posey. Wright drives it out into right center field. This is a long, long run, and Blanco's going to track it down. Wright flies out to Triples Alley. Giants are coming up. Brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Blanco, Tanaka, and Scudero. Tanaka making his major league debut. See his numbers at Fresno. He was playing extremely well. Sandoval, Pence, and Belt. Crawford will hit 7th. Quiroz 8th. Barry Zito 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Mets will be the right-hander Dylan G. You take a look at his numbers in 17 starts, 6-7 with a 4.45 ERA. And look at the strikeout walk ratio. And what's unique about that is he's a sinker baller. Throws a lot of balls on the ground, and normally sinker ballers have a 1-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, and he has almost a 4-to-1 strikeout walk ratio. 3.5 to 1, right? And that's huge, which tells you he's got good breaking balls. A 4-pitch guy, fastball that goes right around 90 with a big curveball, slider, and a changeup, and he'll throw everything. He's got very good control. And as I pointed out, he likes to work quick, and he likes to throw the ball on the ground.
And here's Blanco. Blanco looked like he's taking all the way.
Dylan G, 6'1", 204-pounder in his third year from Claiborne, Texas. Former 21st round pick by the Mets in 2007.
Blanco skies this one to left. Brown is there, and he'll put it away. So Blanco's retired. Blanco now just 4 for his last 34.
Left fielder, number 37, Kinsuke Tanaka.
So here's Kensuke Tanaka, who'll get a nice round of applause. You gotta love the power numbers. I was envious of those guys.
Hey, you got power, you got power. He did, however, hit 330.
Which is high and away, 1 ball and no strikes.
And really, the last month he was hitting close to 380.
Shoots that one foul down the left field line.
32 years of age, and you talk about doing just about everything that you could possibly do in the Japanese leagues. His career there is Hall of Fame line.
Chases that pitch down and in. It's 1-2. Scudero on deck. There's Marco Scudero. Tanaka last night in Fresno went 2 for 4.
Well, it's a great story. I always wanted to play in the big leagues here in the United States.
Shoots this one in the left field. And moving over is Brown, 2 outs.
You'll see him hit a lot of balls to the opposite field. Let's take a look at that New York Mets defense. Brown, Young, and Bird, that's your outfield. Quintanilla and Wright on the left side of the infield. Murphy and Satin on the right side. And Anthony Recker will be in the squad, putting down the signs. John Buck last night caught 16, so he getting a day off, just like Buster Posey.
Scudero taking all the way, takes a strike. Scudero, an all-star, hitting .313. Got 3 hits last night. He was 3 for 7. And here he chops this one. And Wright can't handle it. Quintanilla can't handle it. And Scudero may end up with a base hit.
Base hit it is. There'll be no no-hitter tonight. Really a do-or-die play for David Wright. You're coming over and you're trying to choke a ill-timed hop off. You don't know how high it's going to come up. It's just a swipe, do or die. And once it got past David Wright, no chance for Quintanilla.
So here's the Panda. 4 hits his last 47 at bats. He's 3 for 18 on the homestand. And here he goes the other way. Brown on the move. Brown's not going to get it, and it bounces up against the wall, and they're going to wave in Tanaka. Quintanilla's throw is on the money, and Tanaka's make that Scudero is out at home plate. So Flannery taking a chance. Giants looking for runs any way they can get, and it stays 0-0.
Eric's Deli Cafe, celebrating 40 years of bringing it to the plate. Stop by Eric's and enter to win 40 years of free sandwiches with character.
No score. Second inning. Bird, Satin, Brown facing Zito. Scudero looks like he's still in one piece. First pitch wide to Marlon Bird.
Scudero out there at second base, taking inventory. He's got a couple of hot spots in that body. One in his hip, one in his back.
I think we were both surprised to see him in the lineup today. That's going to be a majestic foul ball.
It's a designer strike. All right, let's take a look at it one more time. Brown, who's got an average arm, gets a really good hop off the wall. This really hurt the cause, and does a smart thing. Once you get the ball to Quintanilla, who's got a great arm, and you saw Recker put a shoulder into him, it didn't do him any favors.
Bird strikes out.
Watch Recker drop him with the right shoulder. Nice, really. I mean, they could have executed it any more perfectly than that. An absolute perfect strike.
So here's Satin.
Those are things that get noticed down in the dugout.
Satin hitting .375. Here he takes a strike. On deck is Andrew Brown. Foul back, 0-2. LA leading Arizona 1-0, that game in the third inning. first start for Nolasco in a Dodger uniform. Oh, 2 pitch. Here it is. In tight. Ian Kennedy starting for the D-backs. Got him.
Big curveball. Beautiful.
Stay tuned later in the game for a special look at the new film Grown Ups 2 in theaters everywhere Friday. So here's Brown. Brown hitting .256, 3 home runs, 6 driven in. And Zito painting portraits tonight.
Well, I mean, that's pretty characteristic of how he has pitched here at AT&T all year. He loves it here. The ERA here at home, 1.98 this year.
Heroes will look back. It's going to be out of play.
I mean, you get this deep into the season, the Giants have, they're into the second half of the season, and you got a 1.98 ERA at home.
That's pretty good.
You're dealing.
Off-speed pitch high, 2-2. There's the splits.
The road 0-5 with a 9.38 ERA. So kind of a Jekyll and Hyde act for Zito this year. Just missed. Tried to backdoor that curveball.
Very high to left. Tanaka at the wall. He leaps and he caught it. Welcome to AT&T Park. Here it is. You betcha. Not a problem. I've played here my whole life.
That's great.
brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the solar company.
Hey, next homestand, Giants taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks over a weekend series, July 19th to the 21st. That July 20th game, the first 20,000 fans will receive Giants headphones courtesy of freecreditscore.com. And on Sunday, July 21st, for 7,500 fans, 14 and under, a Pablo Sandoval jersey, courtesy of Monterey Bay Aquarium. So if you want tickets, go to sfgiants.com. And you get a chance to see this guy, Kinsuke Tanaka.
Pence out in front, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good changeup. Dylan G is not going to impress you with velocity. He is going to impress you with location and movement.
Belt to follow. So he hits the inside corner.
Well, it really is a great story. His road to the big leagues.
Up the middle. Anthony is going to have to hurry. Not in time.
All right, time for our Ford right choice. No doubt about it. Kinsuke Tanaka playing his first game in the big leagues. He opens it up here at AT&T and without knowing a whole lot about the ballpark. And he did take a lot of fly balls today. We got out here early and he was taking fly balls. Still, he measured off the wall perfectly and went up and picked a clean, robbed the home run as if he's been playing here every day the last 4 years.
Not bad for a second baseman. Here's Belt. Belt hitting .256. And Hunter Pence had a lean going. I got the Chronicle this morning and game was too late for a box score. You know who was happy about that? Brandon Belt.
0 for 8 last night, 5 strikeouts, a day that he will want to forget. That's really deserving of one more look. The measure and then sky high backhander. Perfection. And the best part was that part right there where he hammered it home. That's what we like to see.
Dylan G at the Belt. And Belt wraps it into right field and Pence is going to end up at third. And Belt with a wide turn. Yo, Nelly. You go first and third, and you got to go to Amy G.
All right, Dwayne, let's update fans at home on the roster moves the Giants made today. There were several, as you mentioned. Kinsuke Tanaka, the newest Giant here, to make room for him. Connor Gillespie was designated for assignment. Hector Sanchez placed on the disabled list with a sore right shoulder. Mike Kickham recalled from AAA. And the Giants have signed Jeff Francoeur to a minor league contract. Gentlemen, he's in Fresno tonight, started in left field. Dwayne?
All right, Amy. Good stuff. Here's Crawford. Crawford at the plate, runners at the corners. And a breaking ball for a strike in its own way. So an infield hit. And then a solid single by Brandon Belt. The Mets will play the infield back for the double play ball. And now it's 0-2.
Good sinker. You're going to see a lot of them, especially when you get a runner in scoring position. And I do believe that was a changeup, but with a two-seam grip, which enhances the sink. He'll throw that two-seam grip with the fastball velocity, and he'll also throw with a changeup velocity. But both pitches will have a lot of sinking action to them, and they get ground balls hit, which is what he's looking for.
Crawford Just trying to stay alive. Tomahawks that one foul. There's a good attitude in the stands tonight.
Always a good attitude.
Got a good night's sleep. Unlike you and I.
Sleep's overrated.
And Crawford out swinging.
Nice little tight slider on the inside corner. So you pitch for a ground ball till you get to a 2-strike count, and then you pitch for the strikeout with runner at third. And that's a nice 0-2 slider when he gets what he's looking for.
Well, now he can get the double play and be out of the inning. So Dylan G got a couple of different ways he can go. High and tight, 1-0. Pence at third, Belt at first. Bottom of the lineup trying to cash in here in the second. Belt's going to go. There's a swing and a foul.
Bruce Bochy wants that run from third base to score. He wants to stay out of that double play. And with the tendency that G has to put that ball on the ground, and he knows he doesn't have any speed in that batter's box. Figuring if you start that runner at first base, the ball gets hit in the ground, you'll score that run from third and just give up the 1 out, stay out of the deuce. So I would look for Belt to be going again.
Yeah, they may do it again. You're right. And he goes. Swing and a miss. There's the throw, and it's into center field. Giants are going to get on the board on a throwing error. It's 1-0. Recker comes it right to Young in center field.
And he almost hit Dylan G, the pitcher, halfway between the intended throw. Watch G. Look out!
Oh my goodness, almost, you're right in the back of the head.
Almost smoked him. Well, when you're a catcher, that's what happens when you plant the Giants second baseman.
Belt gets credit for a stolen base. Now Quiros, infield will play in. He can knock in Belt. Two balls, 2 strikes.
One more look, and I know pitchers at times won't do that. They'll throw and just turn around and look at second base without watching the throw, and you really do have to watch it come out of the catcher's hand, because just like we saw, you can get hit. G is not looking, he does get hit.
Hit on the ground. Belt's coming in. Here's the throw home, and Belt's going to score. And it's 2-0. A bad throw by Murphy. It goes a fielder's choice and an RBI.
Murphy throws it from a low angle, gets a little push in the throw, and it sails on him. There's not a whole lot Recker can do. He's got to go up the line to make the catch. And by then it's too late. With Brandon Belt running on the play, there was going to be pressure on the defense to make an accurate throw. Murphy could not come up with it. Now let's see if the Panda likes it. I think he does.
Here's Zito.
Bunt situation now.
Zito with a good bunt. And Quiros will end up in scoring position.
Zito does a lot of little things right to help himself out, stay in the game. Bunting is one of them. I think he's the best bunter on the team. She digs it.
So here's Blanco. Blanco, 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to left field to lead off the bottom of the first. And he hooks this one foul.
Ball dude's going to make a play.
Keith
Hipsher, our ball dude. He's a longer glove or a longer arm or both. Think David Schwartz would have had that?
No, not at all.
Who's our other ball dude tonight?
Is that Dwayne Hook?
It's Dwayne Hook.
Slowly. And Satin will go to the bag to end the inning. Giants on the board twice. A little help for the Mets with an error. It's 2-0 San Francisco.
By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit HEPINS.com.
Well, Giants fans, you have the final say. Vote for Hunter Pence as the final National League All-Star. Go to sfgiants.com/vote. Cast your 2013 All-Star Game final vote, or on your mobile device, text N4 to 89269, and you can vote for Hunter Pence. Couple of good Giants. You see Rich Aurelia in the middle of your screen. Next to Richie on his left is Randy Wind. I love both those guys. Yeah, they'll be on Giants Postgame Live tonight. Good guys.
Absolutely. And they can dress too.
Here's Anthony Recker. He takes a pitch low.
I think we have a rules violation tonight with our first base ball dude.
What, he's got a Dodger cap on?
No, he's got a cushion on his bench.
Oh, violation. He's the smartest one of the bunch. Are you kidding? He's been watching. Recker hits this one to Scooter out. Why not? We were talking about the ball dudes. Dwayne Hook down the left field line, and Keith Hernandez, the current broadcaster for the Mets, local kid, and he went to high school with Dwayne Hook, played basketball in high school together.
Was he any good?
And he said he had one message to tell everyone about Dwayne Hook. He couldn't shoot a lick.
Oh, he's got a cushion too.
Hernandez said they all yelled the same thing when they passed it to Dwayne Hook. Pass it again.
Well, There's Keith Hernandez, Gary Cook. Two of the best right there. They do a great job at New York broadcast team.
I'm digging Keith's glasses. He's going with the orange and teal on the side, and maybe like a little bit of a burgundy for the frame. There's a line drive down the left field line, and that's a base hit as Tanaka is going to knock it down, and it's going to be a double for Keith O'Neill.
Nice opposite field swing of the bat. I see those glasses from Keith Hernandez again.
Yeah. There's one thing that you and I can get into really quick would be frames. See, I don't know. I think he lost the bet.
I don't know. Gary Cohn is usually the style dog in that booth, not Keith Hernandez.
Well, not with the shades, he's not. Ron Darling usually sits in between them, but road games is Dylan G. stands in. He's 4 for 28. He's got 3 RBIs. So Darling's missing in that group. One ball and no strikes. Takes a pretty good rip, G does, and it's popped up middle of the diamond for Crawford.
All right, log on to csnbayarea.com and click on Giants In-Game Live, presented by Eric's Deli Cafe. Enhance the in-game experience on your computer, your smartphone, or your tablet. And follow the action on the diamond like never before with in-depth stats up to the second box scores. And join the social buzz with other fans. Giants In-Game Live, presented by Eric's Deli Cafe, only at csnbayarea.com.
Here's Young, who picked up an infield hit to open up the ball game. His numbers against Zito now 8 for 28. Up the middle. Crawford now is going to have to hurry. Got him. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a double, one left. It'll be Tanaka, Scudero, and Sandoval coming up. History. It happened in 1988. It happened at the Stick. Chris Beyer hit for the cycle as the Giants just hammered the Cardinals 21-2. The 21-run scored established a San Francisco record at that time. I remember that game. So do you.
Yes, I do. That was a good one. Candlestick Park, just 6 1.2 miles away.
Here's Tanaka, who takes a strike. Drove by it the other day. No matter how many times you drive by it, another memory pops up when you do. And they're all really good memories.
Well, that's what remains. The big foghorn brought over. That was our place.
It was our place. That's why I said I have very fond memories.
And we always felt we had an advantage.
And leaping and catching is Murphy. If I really want to have memories that bring you really close to it, I'll drive by and throw sand in my eyes.
There it is. There she is. Standing tall. That place was as loud as any arena I ever played in that was not domed.
And maybe not for very long.
Yeah, Will Clark, Jack Clark.
Scudero takes a belt high strike. Scudero thrown out at home after he picked up an infield hit in the first. Hits this one into the hole to Quintanilla. 2 outs. And here's Sandoval.
The days that I pitched at Candlestick, I would hope it was just cold and gnarly and windy and foggy. Bring it on. Because that meant it was going to be a rough night to hit even before you threw the first pitch. And you couldn't throw the ball straight. Wind would change. Blow out the left in the first, blow out the second and the right, swirl all papers, dirt. Awesome.
1 ball and no strikes.
And they've suggested go back for a retro series to play a couple more games before they tear it down.
No, not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Sandoval rolls it foul.
Simply because if you went back, it would be one less game you could play here. And I don't want to ever leave here.
Yeah.
This is baseball heaven. It is not in Iowa. It is right here.
Up high to Sandoval.
Yep.
Comes from the Candlestick days on that lid.
She paid her dues. Game or bed.
3-1 to Pablo Sandoval.
She brings a lot of mojo with her when she comes to the ballpark.
That's line foul.
You got to find the little guy. There's another veteran right there. That baseball found a great home.
Sandoval just got a piece of a 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
And a nice at bat his first AP. Opposite field double off the left field wall.
And Sandoval's going to take the walk. How about that? Here's the clean-shaven Hunter Pence.
Well, when you're in a bit of a funk, you start shaving, getting haircuts, wearing your socks different, eat different pregame meals, take a different route to the ballpark, anything. He shaves that beard off, he looks like he's 18.
He does. And an infield hit in the second. Off the end of the bat, foul. Had the longest triple of the year last night. He hit it off the top of the wall in Triples Alley. Missed the home run by, I don't know, half a foot. Swing and a miss. It's now 0-2. Belt is on deck. Maybe a little bit away from the target. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sandoval, a short lead. Satin holding him close, and now a quick toss, and Sandoval slides back into first. Two nothing Giants. We're in the fourth, or make that bottom of the third. Two pitch. Here it is to Pence. And Pence hits one out to right. And Bird's going to catch it to end the inning. Hey, it's all about Candlestick. Oh, yeah, we missed that place. 2-0 Giants.
In theaters July 12th.
Giants with a 2-0 lead. It's the top of the fourth inning. And it'll be Murphy, Wright, and Bird. And a strike at the knees to Murphy, who banged into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning.
Very balanced hitter. It's rare to look at his batting average this deep into the season and see it at 268. It's usually right around 300.
Close, but not close enough. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Murphy, a lifetime 292 hitter at the start of this season.
And I've got Quiroz. It's 2-2.
Murphy's one of those guys that they kind of found a position for him once they got to the big leagues because he could hit.
Scudero throws out Murphy. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, gentlemen, time for our Giants in the Community segment with our partners PG&E. And before the game, the Giants welcomed folks from the nonprofit organization Not for Sale. Their mission to end human trafficking and modern slavery here in the Bay Area and around the world. And the Giants, Jeremy Affeldt is an ambassador of the organization, and he's recruited 35 other Major League players to help out, including Giants Brandon Belt, Matt Cain, Barry Zito, and Hunter Pence. Guys, if folks want to know more, they can visit notforsalecampaign.org. Dwayne?
Good stuff, Amy. Affeldt. Pretty solid when it comes to important groups like that one. And tight, 2 balls and no strikes. On deck is Bird. And that's pulled foul. And Ray got a pitch to hit, and he fouls it into the club level. Two and two.
Big breaking ball at his back foot. Watch Wright swing, very similar to the swing of Buster Posey. Stays inside the ball beautifully, uses the whole field.
And Wright takes the walk in the first issued by Zito.
Well, as David Wright heads to first base, what do you say we ask our AT&T trivia question? If you think you know your answer, go to CSN Giants and let us know what you think. Question tonight: the last time the Mets hosted the All-Star game was 1964. Name the 3 Giants that made that team in 1964.
Here's Bird. Bird struck out in the second. Wraps this one to left. And stopping at second will be Wright. So Bird with a solid base hit. And here's Josh Satin. Satin struck out in the second. So first and second with 1 out. And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Zito looks to second, comes to the plate, and it's blocked by Quiroz. 1 ball and 1 strike.
beautiful thing about the curveball Zito has is it is a pitch that he gets ground balls with. Very effective when he's pitching for one, like he is right now. Josh Satin from Hidden Hills, California. Went to Cal. Here in California background.
And he gets the belt high strike. It's 1-2.
It's a duck boat.
It's 2nd Street.
It's my street.
The mayor, you are.
That's where I live.
Down low, 2-2.
Yeah, nice pitch. That's a good teaser right there. Pretty good take there from Satin.
And Zito will chase David Wright back. Giants on top 2-0. We're in the 4th inning.
Giants pretty straight away in the infield, bunch the outfield towards the right center field gap.
All right, conversation time. Zito, Quiroz.
Well, this is a big pitch in this game. This has become a stress inning with 2 men on and 1 out. Quiroz wants to know exactly where he wants to throw this.
Two and two.
There's a first and second, 1 out. It's not like you have an open base here. You do not. You do not want to walk a runner to third base with less than 2 outs. So this has got to be a challenge pitch in the strike zone.
Runners go. Ball 4. So here's Brown. Brown is the Mets hitter that hit one to the very top of the wall that Tanaka leaped and caught to end the 2nd. Wright, Bird, and Satin are aboard here in the 4th. Low, 1 ball and no strikes.
They're not helping Zito right now at all. They're staying in the strike zone. If you're Pablo Sandoval, if you're Brandon Crawford, be ready.
Maybe a gift, 1 ball and 1 strike.
We talked about Bill Miller's preference to the high strike zone, and there was an example of it there. I mean, this is a high strike. And Andrew Brown not in agreement with that call at all.
And a base hit into left field. Tanaka is going to gun this one home, and it's late, and this game is tied. So Brown sneaks one through the infield, and it's a 2-2 ball game. So the walk to David Wright comes back to hurt Zito.
Well, he does get the ground ball he's looking for, but this one splits the uprights right between Crawford and Sandoval. And not an accurate throw from Tanaka, so an easy score. You get a brand new ball game.
Well, the walk to Satin pushed the tying run into scoring position, and that's the one that hurt.
That is the one that hurt. Especially when you had him in a 1-2 count and you lost him. That definitely stings if you're the pitcher out there.
Here's Recker. Bounce to Scudero in the third. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Well, sometimes you get a pitching coach come out there and tell a pitcher the manager wants you to throw more curveballs or more sinkers or more whatever.
Oh, 2. Satin at second, Brown at first. They'll swing 1 and 2. Omar Quintanilla is on deck. So Recker steps out, but back in. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Just missed the inside corner.
Lots going on in that group.
Yeah, that's a busy section of the ballpark right there.
2 and 2. Got him.
So 3 strikeouts tonight now for Zito. All of the strikeouts are swing and miss strike threes on that big curveball. And this one he needed badly.
Quintanilla doubled down the left field line in the third. So Zito will try to get out of the inning by just allowing 2. And a call strike. Quintanilla tried to duck it. Well, he did duck it, but he tried to get the call.
You know, when you throw a curveball like that, you get a guy to do that. You think you can do that again. And some guys will actually set you up doing it early in the count, knowing you're going to throw it again because of that. Quintanilla, you've got to keep the ball down on him. He's a good high ball hitter. That's his strength.
Hey, look what I got.
All right. That's a happy boy. He's got the corn dog going. Good fold in his hat. Got a baseball. Yeehaw! How happy am I? That is fantastic.
Picture postcard for baseball, isn't it? Line drive center field. Coming in is Blanca. He'll back off. He'll play it on a hop. And coming in to score is Satin. And the Mets take the lead. What did you say about keeping the ball down?
Especially with 2 strikes. Quintanilla has just got such a short little stroke. And he really protects that area between the belt and the letters across his chest well. Just a disciplined swing. And this is just a flat out mistake.
So here's Dylan G. Swinging a foul. 0-2. 2 walks and 3 hits in this inning, and it's produced 3 runs for the Mets. Heroes tags out G, and that'll end the inning. So damage done. 3 runs on the board. It's 3-2 New York.
San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
All right, we're going to ask and answer our AT&T trivia question. The question tonight, name the last time, well, the last time the Mets hosted the All-Star game was 1964. Name the 3 Giants to make that team. Our survey said, Willie Mays, Juan Marichal, Orlando Cepeda. 1964. I'm sure a lot of you got that one right.
Here's a belt.
They had a pretty good team. Willie Stargell, Hank Aaron, Joe Torre, Cepeda, Clemente, Drysdale, Kurt Flood, Koufax, Marichal, Mays, Mazeroski, Santo.
Sharply to Murphy.
I'd go to war with that bunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Billy Williams.
I think you mentioned a few Hall of Famers in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Crawford struck out in the second. And a good bunt. And Crawford's got a hit.
There aren't many guys who play third or who are pitchers that can make that play. That's perfect. See him bunt like that, you think, wow, he should do that more often. Brett Butler used to say he'd like to get 5 base hits a month by bunting. I mean, that's just perfect. Right off the end of the bat, deadened it. Thing of beauty.
Well, wasn't many better than Brett Butler. So here's Quiroz. Quiroz takes a call strike. Quiroz reached on a fielder's choice, picked up an RBI. Crawford diving back in. Out of play.
I think the guys that do well against Dylan G from the right side are guys that handle the bat well in the middle in part of the strike zone. The reason for that, a lot of the fastballs that G's going to give you if you hit from the right side are going to come back into you. Oh yeah.
High and away, 1-2. Crawford with his lead. Well, that's maybe thinking that Crawford's at least thinking about going. And Quiros is gone.
Well, you get ahead of a guy 1-2. You're going to throw a breaking ball, bury that thing in the dirt if it's a big one. Second strikeout of the game for Dylan G.
Zito, a sacrifice bunt in the second. And he lifts him down the left field line. This is a foul ball.
Close. And how close was it? About 6 feet. Guys from Fresno. You can just tell.
Zito taps this one to third. Wright has it. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, one left. Fifth inning coming up. Here's our Geico quote. It's Hunter Pence on moving on after a tough loss. There's frustration. We want to stay as positive as we can, but we got to get it done. We got to keep pushing to find a way to turn it around. Yes, indeed, true.
Well, there's such a fine line between winning and losing, especially when you're getting beat by 1 run a lot.
Well, last night was the ultimate.
Well, you leave 18 guys on base.
13 in the last, 5 innings, 4 innings?
That's a game that stays with you for a while.
Bunch of combinations there. You get some sauerkraut, you got some onions, you got some Johnsons. Oh my goodness. I'll take 2 innings off.
There's a Sheboygan.
Strike to Young is 1 for 2.
Is that like a city in Wisconsin?
Absolutely. It's like a metropolitan area. What are you talking about?
Have you ever been to Sheboygan?
I was never invited. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You just didn't have a true love of the hot dog.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Dodgers are now up their lead to 6-0 over Arizona.
Looks like onion, sauerkraut, mustard, and ketchup.
They can put whatever they want on it, not eat it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tap foul.
It is hard to screw up a hot dog if it's a good hot dog. And as we go around the country, we see some pretty impressive interpretations of how you should eat a hot dog. Chicago style.
Zito right now cannot avoid going 3 and 2.
Well, he had a stressful inning in number 4. He needs to stay out of the stretch, and you do not want to put yourself in the stretch by way of an opening leadoff walk to a guy with speed.
And that's exactly what happens. He walked 2 in the 4th. They both scored.
Well, Monday, July 22nd is Breast Cancer Awareness Night right here at the ballpark. Your special event package will include a game to the ticket, or a ticket to the game versus the Reds, and a collector's edition bobblehead of Giants alumni Jeffrey Hackman Leonard, who has always been a great supporter of the cause. So for tickets, go to sfgiants.com/special events, and you're going to need to get a ticket to get a Jeffrey Leonard bobblehead. So hope you make it out here.
Here's Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 2. Runner goes. Heroes his throw in the dirt. Got him. I don't know about that one.
That is huge.
We will take C.B. Buckner's word for it.
Terry Collins is going to come out and talk about it. C.B. Buckner does not have a great reputation on the base pass. And I think Terry Collins is going to come out there and say, hey, the ball bounced. He had to raise his glove up and allow the window, and he stood underneath it. C.B.'s going, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. All right, let's take a look at it. One hop, if you're going to miss low.
He is in there. Well, unless he slid into Crawford's spike, and it kept him from getting to the bag as this is lifted into right center field for Penn.
Well, from that angle, it looked like he was 100% safe.
Watch his left hand. See if he slid into Crawford's foot.
You're right.
He never got there.
Good call. No wonder he couldn't hear him. Never got to the bag. So a very strategically placed left foot for Brandon Crawford. And Quiros gets his man.
Good ball to right, a strike.
That completely turned this inning around.
Hit up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. David Wright with a 2-out single. So here's Bird. Bird with a base hit in the 4th inning.
Good low ball hitter.
Swing and a miss.
Nice changeup. He started that thing right out the base of the strike zone, and by the time Bird committed himself to it, it was gone.
Ties him up, 0-2. Giants will have Blanco, Tanaka, and Scudero to hit in the bottom of this inning. And that fastball is high, 1-2.
Surprised we haven't seen David Wright try to steal. He's a good thief. 14 bags on the year. He's only been thrown out twice.
Bird gets jammed, and Crawford will shovel the Scudero, and that'll end the inning. Top of the order coming up for the Giants is 3-2 New York. Giants and Mets will wrap up this 3-game series tomorrow afternoon. Pregame Live will start at noon. We'll be on the air around 12:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Off to San Diego for 4. Walker runs up and takes high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Tanaka and then Scudero. And that's a base hit for Blanco as he shoots one past the diving Murphy.
Well, we talked about how important it was to get that leadoff hitter for the Mets. Now the Giants return the favor. Second inning, Tanaka thrilled the hometown crowd here with a brilliant defensive play. Now remember, this guy's a second baseman by nature. Look at the transition to the outfield. And it looked like he played that position his whole career. That was a beautiful play.
Tanaka is lined out to left with a soft line drive to the second baseman Murphy. Blanco with a huge lead. And it's a strike on the inside corner.
Playing to left field. Eric Young, center fielder, about 6 steps towards the left center field side. Take away the bunt at third base. Shallow set and left.
Tanaka very good at the hit and run.
He's a tough guy to strike out. He puts the ball in play. Very flat swing. A lot of hitters from the Japanese leagues have similar type swings.
Good
change up.
Flips it into center field and make that Tanaka. And there's his first major league hit.
Yep, that'll put a smile on your face. He waited a long time to do it, and a standing ovation. Fans here know of his story. He was a perennial all-star in Japan, wanted to come here and fulfill his dream of playing in the big leagues. Came to Giants camp this year and said, "You don't have to give me a guarantee. I want to play my way on." He said, "I'll go to Fresno if I have to," and he did. He worked his way up here, and tonight he's got himself a big league batting average.
And here's Scudero. Scudero, an infield hit and a ground ball to short. Outside to Scudero, 1 ball and no strike.
All right, let's play it again. First big league at bat with a base hit. And a great ovation from the crowd. Takes his hat off in appreciation of their applause. Tanaka. Knock.
Rolls it foul. Scudero does. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So the Rabbits have set the table.
One ball and 1 strike. Scudero with a bunt. This is a good bunt. And Scudero is thrown out.
I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a play from Dylan G. I mean, he and David Wright almost collided. And through it all, he still maintained his composure to throw a strike over to get the out of first. But a beautiful bunt. I don't know how David Wright got out of the way. He almost took one in the ear. So the play goes 1-3. They do get an out, but the Giants get 2 runners in scoring position.
Let's see if they walk Sandoval. Sandoval has doubled and he's walked.
Ground ball up the middle, scores a run.
Ground ball up the middle. Game tied. I'll tell you how many times we prayed for a ground ball just like that one.
I know. It just seems like it would be so easy to do. And now this is where you need the 2-out knock. And let Tanaka score his first run.
Target is inside and Pence takes it. It's 1-0. Sandoval, RBI number 38. Pence an infield hit in the second. Two and out. Did not give in to the fastball. It's 2-1.
You know, he's the kind of pitcher that really doesn't have to ever give into the fastball because he's got every pitch he has the same confidence to throw that he has in throwing the fastball. It's one of his strengths. Comes right back with it again.
Two balls, two strikes. The lead run at third in Tanaka. Breaking ball and Pence hit it well. It was the longest triple of the year.
And really, I mean, this came close to being a home run on the fly. And if this ball gets by Schoenweiss, he'd have had it inside the Parker.
Two and two. Hughed off the end of the bat, and this is going to be an out as G tags Pence to end the inning. A run on 2 hits, 1 left. 6th inning coming up. Stars align for the 2013 Major League Baseball All-Star Game as the best of the American League take on the best of the National League. Don't miss the action. Tuesday, July 16th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Check your local listings. That is a week from tonight.
Looking forward to it.
Scudero will be there. 3-3 ball game. And Zito now will face Josh Satin, Andrew Brown, and Anthony Recker. First pitch not close.
Always a little bounce in your step when you're trailing in a ball game by a run. Your teammates pick you up, tie the score. You go back out there, you feel like you just put on a new jersey. Feel refreshed.
There's the authenticator. That's what, Tanaka's first hit?
First big league knock. First big league Tanaka. Can't call them knocks anymore. They're Tanakas.
Zito needs to throw a strike here.
Badly.
Would make everybody feel a lot better. 3-1.
Next pitch for Zito will be number 90 on the night.
Foul. You notice how old Dwayne Hook moved on that one?
You mean Dwayne Hook, the third base ball dude that used to play basketball with Keith Hernandez, that had no shot whatsoever?
Well, looks like he's not having a good time at all.
He looks like a guy that can't shoot. We get the scout report from Keith Hernandez today.
Check in with Amy G.
All right, Dwayne and Mike, we have a new bull shooting ready for fans at csnberry.com. I sat down with George Contos and we talk about his first career sacrifice bunt that he laid down in last night's game. We talk about the impact Santiago Casilla could make when he returns to the team, and we talk about keeping it fun when you're struggling. And Dwayne, you're going to have to watch it to know what we're talking about. csnberry.com, bull shooting, guys.
Hey, when I get home tonight, that's the first thing I'm going to turn on. Here's Brown. We're going to foul off the backstop. Get home tonight. My wife would say, what are you going to watch? Bull shooting.
Yeah. I'm not sure she'd get that enthusiastic about it initially. You might have to throw a little sales pitch on there. But once she watches it, she'll be psyched.
Low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Amy does a great job. They're always fun.
Wind starts to carry this one, and Pence will put it away. And that'll bring up Anthony Recker.
I had a chance to visit with the captain of the New Zealand team in the America's Cup. He's here today. And he was talking about the winds on the bay, and he was looking at the winds in the ballpark, and he said these are very interesting. Amazing to talk wind with an old ball player, an old golfer, and an old sailor. Not a whole lot gets by him.
Recker hammers this one into left center field. It is gone. And just like that, the Mets take the lead. It's 5-3. The walk. The home run hurts.
Well, Zito has walked 4 guys in this game, 3 of them scored. A little cutter that just stays right out of the middle of the plate. And for Recker, his 5th home run. He's got power.
Well, here's Quintanilla.
Yeah, home runs make you smile, no doubt.
Quintanilla's got a couple of hits. 1 ball and no strikes. So the Giants come back and tie it in the 5th. And here in the 6th, the Mets retake the lead.
Yeah, that's Recker when he came in after hitting the home run. They were booing him. He said, okay, let me hear it.
Belt straddling the foul line. 2 outs.
Listen, Pete Rose used to say, if they don't boo you when you're on the road, you're not a good player.
Well, you're right. You're doing something right on the road.
And I played with Pete Manganiello too, and he did get booed on the road. It was like putting gas in his gas tank.
Dylan G fouls this one out of play. That last pitch was number 100 for Zito. One and 2. G will strike out, and that'll end the inning. 2-run home run. It's 5-3 New York, as promised earlier in the game. Here's a special look at the film Grown Up 2s in theaters everywhere Friday.
Anita Sprinkles, she had been an employee with the Giants for over 25 years in the ticket office. Lost her battle with cancer. Anita, we all loved you, and rest in peace, my dear.
Here's Belt. 5-3 New York is Belt. On pitch number 80, fouls it out of play. No balls and one strike. I think that pitch number 72, I beg your pardon.
Such a big at bat when you're down in a ball game, leading off an inning. You want to give that bench a shot in the arm. Get on base. Good changeup, and that has been a very good pitch for G all night long, especially the lefties. Ooh, close. Just tried to nibble that inside corner with that slider. He has made a lot of mistakes out over the middle.
Belt works it to 3-2. The leadoff walk would be good. And that's what he did.
And that's a great at bat. That's exactly what they needed.
So here's Crawford. Crawford is 1 for 2. He laid down a bunt. A perfect bunt for a base hit in the fourth. Outside and high. And Moquiros is on deck. Maharis down to the bullpen.
David Wright, I mean, he's been planted right there, even with a bag or just on the edge of the grass. And that's what happens when you put a bunt down. You bring that third baseman in.
Good swing by Crawford.
Crawford with a bunt base hit back in the fourth inning. When you bring that third baseman in, I mean, he's 6-7 steps in with normal straightaway third base positioning, and you limit his range. And that increases your chances to get a hit. Buster Posey stretching out.
Just misses. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 to Crawford, and Crawford fouls it back. G at the belt. Belt with his lead. And Crawford takes one in the dirt. So back-to-back hitters now go 3-2 to Dylan G.
It's not an easy take either. That was a breaking ball right where G wanted to put it.
Payoff pitch. Belt goes. It's low. Back-to-back walks.
And that's a rally for free. And Dan Worthen, the pitching coach for the Mets, going to come out. Your teammates just give you a 2-run lead. The last thing you want to do is start walking people. And that's exactly what's happened here. Danny Work is telling us, what are you doing? You're killing me here.
It has been well reported about Jeff Francoeur, who was signed by the Giants today. You see the teams that he played with. He was on the Texas team that the Giants beat in the 2010 World Series. His numbers not very good in Kansas City, but he's a good outfielder and he's not afraid to take a healthy swing. He's also a very good veteran in the clubhouse.
Well, he played in Fresno tonight, had a 1-for-4 night, hit a single. So we wish him the best of luck.
Here's Key Rose. And his bunt is a good bunt. And Dylan G will make the play and both runners advance.
Almost got it by Dylan G.
That's what Jeff Francoeur looked like on a couple of different occasions. It was a home run off of Noah Lowry.
Well, he's always had one of the best arms in all of baseball.
Bruce Bochy said he has a history of doing some good things with the bat. He's a veteran presence. Hopefully he can help our outfield. Sometimes a change of scenery is good. Here's Tony Abreu. And Abreu looks at a strike.
Well, first pitch changeup. Man, you should not be surprised with that. That's been one of his big weapons to left-handed hitters.
Hit slowly up the middle. And Abreu's going to beat it out. A run comes in. It's 5-4. The ground attack is working tonight.
Full force. 2 walks and an infield knock, and the Giants put a run on the board. Yeah. This is a big league jam shot, and it barely has enough steam to get through the grass, and that's a good thing. Murphy cutting across Quintanilla, but Abreu with just too much speed from the left side. That was just too good of a pitch.
So here's Blanco. Abreu picks up the RBI. And now Blanco has a chance to tie the game. He's 1 for 3.
86 pitches into the night. That Mets bullpen is quiet.
Blocked by Recker, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
That's bullpen like the Giants bullpen. Only pitched 9 innings in last night's ball game. There's a lot to ask from the bullpen.
Crawford at third. Abreu at first.
Fish aren't biting. It's going at that back foot with a breaking ball, and the Giants are laying off it this time through the lineup.
Two-0 pitch. Here it is to Blanco. And he shoots this one back, and it's going to be a double play.
Unbelievable.
So the Giants leave the tying run at third. A good at bat from Blanco. 7th inning coming up. you by your local Toyota dealer. It's a 7, or make that a 5-4 ball game. Dylan G has gone 6 innings. Zito went 6 innings, 4 walks, 3 of them scored. Wrecker has a 2-run home run on the Giants tonight, 1 for 7. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Well, Jose Mijares, the new pitcher now for the Giants, 35th time that he's come in. 0-1 with a 2.37 ERA. Still looking for his first win.
And looks at a strike. Murphy to follow. Zito went 6. Allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Got him.
See you later. Fastball right on the inside corner at the knees. Well, next homestand, the Giants are taking on the Cincinnati Reds. You can come see the National League Division Series rematch July 22nd through the 24th. All 3 games are night games starting at 7:15. There are great seats available. Go to sfgiants.com and get your tickets. Welcome Dustin Baker back to San Francisco.
All right, Bake. Coming home. Reds got shut out tonight in Milwaukee.
It doesn't happen very often with that offense.
2-0 is not the usual score that you will see in Milwaukee. Here's Murphy. Nope. 3-0 to Murphy. David Wright on deck.
Well, you strike out the right-hander, then you fall behind the left-hander. 3-0. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Backwards. There's a strike. Three-one pitch. Here it is to Murphy. And Murphy hits one foul.
Heads up.
Yep. I think it got somebody.
That was whistling.
Yep. It did.
She's smiling. She's okay.
She ducked and it hit her right on top of the head. Crawford is going to knock it down and throw, and Murphy's going to beat it out. It'll be a base hit. So here's Wright.
That is the correct call. David Feldman, our official scorer tonight, making the call.
Wright tonight is flied out, walked, and singled.
She's okay.
Quick toss. Murphy back.
Give her bid. All right. We can rest easy.
On the right field line. Pence is going to have to dig it out. He does it nicely, and they will hold Murphy up.
Well, that is the beauty of David Wright, and we talked earlier about how his swing really reminds us of Buster Posey. Similar style, and watch the knob lead, and the bat head just fire late through the outside fastball and just drive it down the right field line. And you don't get a lot of slice with it. And boy, you talk about a nice play from Hunter Pence. Once you get the ball in the hands of Brandon Belt, he's an excellent relay arm down the line of right field.
Oh. That's who I'd want to have the ball. Here's Bird, who will be walked intentionally.
Fifth walk that Giants pitching has given up tonight to the Mets.
It's not always, Mike, a first baseman will go out on this, but in this particular case, it's a good play.
Well, he gave a hand sign to Scudero saying, I got this one. So Scudero then becomes the pigtail for Brandon Belt. And most of the time it's the other way around.
Or they'll ask the shortstop and second baseman to do it.
So Dave Righetti out now to talk about the situation here, how they want to pitch Josh Satin. Pitch for the ground ball early, you pitch for the strikeout late.
Murphy, Wright, Bird. Satin has walked twice and scored twice. 1 ball and no strikes.
Harris will throw both types of fastballs. He'll throw the 4-seam fastball and the 2-seamer. 2-seamer down around the knees is going to have a little sink, and that will get a ground ball, as will his slider. Those are his best pitches to get the ground ball. Nice block. Well, the last thing you want is a scud. I'm not sure where that got Quiroz, but it did not feel good. Way out in front of home plate. He just manages to get his left shoulder in front of it, and that caught him right on the tip of the left shoulder. Shoulder pointer. Ouch.
Well, Harris has got to throw a strike. It's
well, I think
2-0.
Quiroz just went out there and barked at him. And that's not a bad thing. Nice breaking ball to even the count. Sometimes you go out there and get that pitcher so mad at you as a catcher that he'll completely look past the hitter and want to throw one right through you.
Two and two. Harris looking for the double play ball or strikeout or pop-up. Got him.
Fastball right through the inside corner, and Satin sent packing.
Quiroz needs to bark at him again.
Set up right in the inside corner, and the glove doesn't even move. And that's a nice 3-pitch comeback after falling behind 1-0 with the scud.
Here's Brown. Brown is 1 for 3. And it gets jammed, and he rolls this one foul, and it's 0-1. Foul back, nothing in 2.
And that was a challenge fastball at 91. And now way ahead in the count. And if you're Quiroz, you got to be on your toes. Because if you're going to throw a breaking ball here, it's going to be down. And a good chance it's going to be in the dirt.
Got him. What a nice comeback for Maharis. Tanaka, Scudero, Sandoval coming up.
Let's go, Quiroz.
All right, thanks, Dave. Here at AT&T Park, the Giants trail by a run, and they have Tanaka, Scudero, and Sandoval coming up here in the bottom of the 7th. Tanaka takes a strike. He had his first major league hit in the 5th inning. That pitch for G was number 90. I never thought of this. Is this guy related to Amy?
Amy G?
Yeah.
Dylan G? Hey, you never know. Could be.
1-1 to Shinsuke Tanaka.
Tanaka, if you watch him take his at-bats, he's got a lot of characteristics like that of Scudero. He's very patient, not afraid of 2-strike counts. He's a nice eye. For the most part, stays in the strike zone. Very good high ball hitter. We saw him drag bunt and push bunt in spring training. Nice at bat. Let's go back to the 5th inning and take a look at Kinsuke Tanaka's first big league hit. And a fastball, he throws out to center field. And with that swing of the bat, really fulfilled a dream to play here. And the folks who are totally in tune with this story here gave him a really nice ovation. And by the way, he can steal a base.
Here's Scudero. Scudero is 1 for 2.
Tanaka had 20 stolen bases for Fresno. That ranked him 5th in the PCL.
Scudero taking all the way. Great hit and run man, Marco Scudero. Tanaka goes, and it's a hit and run and a beauty. Tanaka will never stop. How about that?
Well, nice call, partner. They worked out as good as you could go. Tanaka takes off. Daniel Murphy, the second baseman, vacates his position. Watch the second baseman come to the second base. And it opened up a side, and just like that, they get first and third with nobody out. And here come the Giants.
And the beauty of taking a peek is you can't get fooled. You know exactly where the ball is if you're the base runner.
Ray Collins very quickly out. He's got 2 relievers all heated up.
Looks like he's not talking G into staying in, but instructing him what he wants him to do.
That's Scott Rice and Gonzalez Herman, the 2 pitchers out there. So we're good to go. I think guys that can throw ground balls, you go with them a little bit longer because you think they can get a double play because of their tendency to throw ground balls on the ground.
So Sandoval will step up. He's 1 for 2. Sandoval hits one high and deep into left center field. Tagging is Tanaka, and this game is tied. So the Panda comes through his second RBI.
Well, a good situation like that gets you a good pat in the back and a handshake from your teammates, especially when it ties a ball game.
So here's Pence. Scudero back.
So Tanaka, tonight, his first big league knock, first big league game, scored his first big league run. And hopefully he can celebrate his first big league win.
Pence takes low. Belt to follow.
I got to believe this is going to be the last hitter for G no matter what.
I think you're right. fouls it back. Strike, 1-2.
Got that little fastball around that outside corner. Phil Miller's not one of those umpires you have to stay between the catcher's knees to get a strike. He will stay with the strike zone, even if the catcher sets up on the opposite side of the plate where the ball's caught.
Pence holds up.
Of course. Surprised I didn't check it.
Two balls, two strikes. Pence out of play. Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks tonight 6-1.
Well, that means the Dodgers are now just one game under 500 as they climb the ladder in the National League West.
Pence not swinging.
So the strikeout of Pence buys G another hitter.
Here's Belt. Belt has singled and scored. He's walked and scored.
Well, I got to believe his first at bat when he got a base hit felt pretty good after last night.
Well, his at bat in the sixth was just as good.
Indeed, I think he was 0-2 to a walk last night. 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts tonight. You just want to forget it. That's the best part about being a baseball player is you can come back the next day and have a nice game. Kind of semi-forget it.
Well, you don't have to wait a week.
That's the best part about those seats. You get a TV set.
Well, you can see the back of your head. That would make you want to turn around, though, wouldn't it? Yeah. Wouldn't it make you want to turn around?
Yeah. Then you couldn't see yourself.
The 1-1 to Belt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Giants leave tomorrow for San Diego. Pat? You're not Pat. You just stay Pat.
Kind of seems that way lately this last month.
Yeah, June was the Giants on the road. 3-1.
Well, G's leaking oil. I mean, you're a Giants fan, you want to see him put something in the strike zone.
You got to hunt here if you're Belt.
You got to hunt. That's exactly right. And look for a mistake up. One that you can just pound. Count leverage at a 3-1 count.
Anything to hit, he walked him, and now The potential lead runners in scoring position. And that will be the last hitter for G. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back.
Is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Giants have tied it up here in the 7th. And they've got runners at first and second for Brandon Crawford.
New pitcher now for the Mets will be the big lefty Scott Rice in his 48th game, 3-5 with a 4.50 ERA. Saw him last night's ball game, and what we saw was a low 90s fastball with a hard slider and a changeup. 24 walks in 34 innings, so he will on occasion get a wild hair up his nose.
Crawford tonight is 1 for 2. One ball and no strikes.
Rice, 6'7", 230-pounder out of Westlake, California.
And this time, Rice gets the call. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Scudero's at second. Belt is at first. Sandoval a sacrifice fly to tie the game. In the dirt. That's played by Recker. 2-1. Heroes watching from the on-deck circle. And the 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Crawford's best at bats against lefties.
Yeah, he likes the ball middle way, and a lot of the breaking balls that he sees from lefties are on that side of the plate.
His best at bats are the line drive to left field. And a word.
Oh, now Recker's going to come out and say, hey, what do you want to do here?
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now a ball gets away from the Mets bullpen. Two pitch. Crawford hits it on the ground to second. And then the inning. Giants tied up. We'll head to the 8th. It's now a 5-5 ball game.
Brought to you by the Monterey Bay Aquarium. It's sure to open your eyes, expand your mind, and delight you, and it will delight your family. So dive in at MontereyBayAquarium.org/love. Share the awe. It's awesome down there, too.
It is. Here's Anthony Recker to lead things off. He wrecked Zito in the 6th with a 2-run home run. And he takes high. That's Jeremy Affeld in the Giants bullpen. Center field. Blanco. 1 out. Check in with Amy G.
All right, Dwayne, give me fans an update on the Giants bullpen situation. Bruce Bochy had to use 7 relievers over 9 innings of work last night. He did say today he would like to stay away from Sandy Rosario and Sergio Romo, and the addition of Mike Kickham is going to help stabilize that bullpen. Dwayne?
Stabilize. That's a good word.
Well, you got to bring us some extra arms, and your bullpen has to eat up 9 innings. There's Mike Kickham.
Here's Quintanilla, who fouls it out of play. Breaking ball and a good pitch, and it's 0-2. Ever since Guillermo Quiroz has a little chat with Jose Mijares, things have been good. And you spotted it.
Yeah, I mean, I really believe that that's what makes a good catcher. I mean, there's some pitchers you need to pat in the back. There's other ones you need to kick in the butt. They really do. Get a sense if you're a catcher, a guy's out there nibbling and he's not trusting his stuff, go out and bark at him. challenge him. Get him to look past that hitter and get him ticked off at you.
Well, he hung one there. It's 1-2.
Keep that ball down with Quintanilla.
Towards the hole, and Crawford cannot hold on to it. That'll be the third hit for Quintanilla.
Well, the NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit, have you heard of them? They're led by Tony Kowaleski. They're an award-winning team of 14 journalists dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. The Investigative Unit on NBC Bay Area. We investigate.
It's like Juan Lagares is going to hit. And we're going to get a double switch.
Well, it's 30 pitches, too, for Jose Mijares, and I don't think Bruce Bochy wants them to extend.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Buster Posey is into the game. It's 5-5. Highlights, reaction analysis, it's all coming up right after the game. It's a 5-5 ball game.
Jeremy Affeldt, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy on the double switch. 1-4 in the year with a 2.93 ERA. A couple of home runs allowed, 30 and 2/3. They don't give up big flies very often. And he really is coming out of a little funk that he was in. The last several times out, he's been throwing the ball really well. When he throws the ball well, he gets ground balls, big curveball, and a split.
So Posey now at first. Lagares waiting, and now timeout is called. Quick toss to first.
Quintanilla has one stolen base on the year, but because of that, you got to pay attention. Got to pay attention to anybody anyway. But
at the knees, no balls and one strike. Eric Young is on deck. 1 out, 1 on in a tie game. And that's lined to right. Hence is going to play it on a hop. And stopping at second wisely is Quintanilla. So a pinch hit single. And now here's Young.
Nice swing of the bat there from Lagares.
Young steps up. He's 1 for 3.
Young, a tough guy to double up too because of his speed.
Heroes cannot keep it close. And it'll be a wild pitch.
Yeah, that changes everything. It takes a ground ball situation and it changes it into a strikeout situation for Affeldt. The infield's going to have to move in. Breaking ball. Heroes could not keep out in front of him. And as it kicks right, you see both runners broke at the same time. And that is a big mistake.
Infield now in. The Giants are basically in the same spot they were in the 7th. They did get out of it in the 7th. O'Hara struck out Satin and Brown. Two and 0 to Young. Check swing roller foul on a breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's not the kind of swing you want to have as a hitter in 2-0 count. So with the open base, Affeldt not giving in. And you know, again, he's a sinker ball pitcher. So walking Young is not the end of the world. Walk Young, if that happens, it sets up the force. And if that happens, it allows the middle infielders to relax just a little bit, gives you a little more coverage. And that's important when you put the ball in play on the ground as a sinker ball pitcher. As always, Affeldt having a nice little conversation with himself out there.
And the walk.
That's not a bad play. Gardner bringing Jake Dunning down with the instructions, get ready and get ready quickly.
So Murphy will be the hitter. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Remember, Recker hit a fly ball to deep center field.
Numbers lifetime for Murphy. 333 with the bases loaded. He usually puts the ball in play, but he will hit a lot of balls on the ground.
0-1, and that's a good way to start the at bat.
That's a healthy curveball.
It is. And it's foul, and now it's 0-2. So he came back with a sinking fastball.
Yeah, think back how he started this at bat with that big curveball. And Murphy buckled on it. If you throw it, though, you don't have to throw it for a strike. Throw it down below the strike zone. Good pitch.
Murphy did a good job to spoil that pitch. So it's 0-2. Murphy in a battle. Tie game, bases loaded.
Elevator fastball at 94. And Murphy did well to get a piece of that. Guy in the hot seat right now, Quiroz. Got to block everything, even the scuds. Good job. Outstanding job. That was not easy. The farther that ball bounces in front of you as a catcher, the more difficult because it becomes unpredictable. And that's out there in front of home plate, folks. That is a very nice play from Quiroz's perspective. Beautiful.
He might have to do it again.
He might.
Blanco has it. Here's his throw home. It's going to score. Quintanilla. And Murphy with a sacrifice fly.
Well, that turned out to be a pretty nice at bat. On the play, Lagares goes over to third.
Here's David Wright. Wright's got a couple of hits tonight.
Keep an eye and see if he left early. No. Good tag there from Quintanilla. You also keep an eye on the runner at second base to see as to whether or not he left early.
2-0.
Have an open base. As you pointed out, Wright's already got a couple of knocks on the night. Not the end of the world if he walks. That kind of guy's made 7 All-Star teams. Yeah, that's just a subtle way of showing him some respect. Put the heat on this guy.
And here comes Bruce Bochy. And it's going to be Jake Dunning. So FL will depart. Mets have taken the lead. Dunning is coming in. We'll be back. And Michael also talked about the game with Murph and Mack tomorrow morning on KMBR 680. You think about a couple of guys that want to talk about the game from the night before, right?
Yeah.
And they don't see the end of it.
They can't. They got to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Well, I'm talking about last night.
Oh, they watched the whole thing last night.
They did not.
Did you ask them that?
Well, no, they admitted they didn't.
I'd be surprised if they saw it past the 11th inning.
I mean, I could have made up stuff and they wouldn't have known.
Those are the morning radio show guys. That's a rough gig. Jake Dunning, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy. 14th time that he has come in, and he has no margin for error here.
Very high to left. Gone. And that, my friends, is a grand slam. And when you're a strike thrower, you better be heads up on that first pitch.
Well, a challenge fastball. I mean, this is what you're told when you're in that. I take it back. That was not a fastball. That was a little slider. Trying to get ahead, strike one, and Bird looking for a mistake. And that will send a lot of people into the parking lot.
And maybe a couple of guys that are doing the morning show tomorrow to bed. It's 10-5 New York. And it's 1-1 strike to Josh Satin.
It's hard to hold your composure when you're a young pitcher, and you just give up a pitch that gives up a hit that blows open an inning. But you got to get your concentration back to the glove.
7 walks tonight, 1 intentional, and 5 of the 7 have scored. 5. Satin takes the walk.
3rd walk for Satin tonight. It's a weird night. 2 strikeouts and 3 walks.
It is a weird night.
Hadn't hit the ball yet. He's been on base 3 times and scored 2 runs.
Well, 3 of the runs, Affelt's. And Dunning, after throwing 1 strike, now hasn't thrown any since then. 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, Quiroz out there, this is not a bark job right here. This is a pat in the back and a little encouragement. You handle rookies a little different than you do with veteran pitchers. And you go out there and say, have a little fun. It's not the end of the world. Hit my glove. Let's get out of here. Because in the mind of a rookie, it is the end of the world.
Tough hop for Crawford, but he stays with it. And that'll end the inning. Guillermo Quiroz will lead things off 10-5 New York. today in the Bay. See breaking news, your weather forecast, and real-time traffic watch today in the Bay. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. on NBC Bay Area. 10:05 New York. And it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Carlos Torres, a new pitcher now for the Mets. We saw him in last night's ball game. Throws the ball very well. 0-1 with an 0.57 ERA. Got a fastball, a little slider, a curveball, and a changeup. Low 90s thrower, strike thrower.
Guillermo Quiroz will take a pitch down low. Young is in left field. Lagares goes to center. Bird, who hit the grand slam, stays in right. Strike to Quiroz to even the count. Two balls and one strike. Mr. Posey on deck. This is hit into center field, and Lagares will put it away. Why not? So here's Posey. Buster Posey, 5 hits in the game last night. Here he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. He will be headed to the All-Star game in New York City. And it's low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls it back, 1-2.
That's a 90-mile-an-hour cut. That's a good pitch. We saw him throw last night a lot of. Nice command of it.
And tight to Posey, 2-2. Posey got a piece, so you'll see another pitch. Gregor Blanco is on deck.
Well, a 5-run 8th inning will definitely make you soul search a little bit when you're scuffling as a team. You see the look on the face of Hunter Pence.
Posey taps this one to Quintanilla. Don't forget to check out Sportsnet Central tonight after Giants postgame live right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. So here's Blanco. Blanco 1 for 4. And a first pitch strike. Remember, day baseball tomorrow.
Quick turnaround. Guys get a chance to see their former #1 pick, Zach Wheeler, be on the mound for the New York Mets. 12:45 game. Then right after the game, Giants hop on a plane, head down to San Diego for the last 4 games of the first half.
Blanco shoots one. Quintanilla, is he going to take a hit away from Blanco? He does not. Pretty close though.
Not for lack of effort. That was a fantastic play. I always marvel at how quickly big league middle infielders, or any infielder for that matter, could get on their belly and then get quickly to their feet. He is laid out completely parallel to the ground, gets up, and then here comes the throw. And that was close. Real close.
That's Ike Davis at first. Here's Tanaka, and he gets jammed and rolls this one, and that'll end the inning. 9th inning coming up. It's the Mets 10 and the Giants 5. Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Dunning to face Anthony Recker. The Mets had 9 men to the plate in the 8th inning. Recker led the inning off with a fly ball to center field.
Yep. There's a little True Heart. Got his Candlestick Park jacket on. I don't see many of those around anymore.
What about a Bay Bridge exhibition game before the season at Candlestick? Huh?
Well, really? I suppose.
It doesn't count. Good attitude.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the guy from Fresno again?
Yeah. You can always tell a guy from Fresno. You can just tell. Something about that guy.
1-2 to Recker. Sandoval to his left. Posey stays on the bag. 1 out.
I do know one thing. When they finally blow that place up, I want a chunk of it.
Oh, I want some. Yeah, I'd love to have a
seat or something.
They won't be blowing it up without selling those seats. Come on.
No, of course not. And then they're going to be selling some of the chunks they blew up.
I think you should get the pitcher's mound.
I'll put it in my den.
I think since the Giants left, last game there was 1999. Just fouled back by Quintanilla. You and I have been back once.
It's true.
And that was probably 10 years ago.
Well, we had to do an errand or do a luncheon or do something, but we found ourselves up 101 and we said, I know where we're going.
We're stopping.
Pulled right in and we walked right into the clubhouse. It was nobody there.
I found a pack of cigarettes I'd hidden 20 years ago.
Got out the runway as you walk out from the right field corner. And the two of us, it took the both of us to push the door open. Wind was howling, Jack.
Out of play, 2-2.
And we pushed that door open, stepped outside, we just started laughing.
So this year, at some point, we got to go.
I'm in. Hey, look who got the ball.
Buster Posey. 2 outs. What do you think about Candlestick that talk about you have a soft spot? Is it's a place that our kids spend a lot of time.
Yeah, really grew up.
And any time you have a place that is special to you, where you spend a lot of time with your kids, as Crawford charges, you don't forget that place.
You do not.
3 ground balls, and now the Giants will come up, and they trail by 5. A good night for Kinsei Tanaka.
You know, Tanaka made a great play back in the second inning. I remember this guy's second baseman playing the outfield. Beautiful play. Went up high, took away a home run, and he also got himself a first big league knock in 5th inning. Steps up, clean single right back up the middle. And the most impressive thing about his night was the ovation that he received when he got his first big league hit. We always talk about how our fans are special. Well, they once again proved it in welcoming Kinsuke Tanaka to San Francisco. And I think we're going to like this guy.
Oh, and 2 to Scudero. Scudero's got a couple of hits tonight. high, 1-2. Down low. Sandoval. And then Pence. And Scudero, who rarely ever swings and misses, goes down swinging here in the ninth.
Yeah, that's odd to see him strike out.
Sandoval has knocked in a pair of runs. He doubled in the first. And the first pitch very high. Sandoval chops this one foul. 10 runs, 12 hits for the Mets. 5 runs, 10 hits for the Giants.
But I think his opposite field at bat first inning was something that we were waiting to see for a while.
I agree.
He's on the disabled list with a foot injury, and he's not 100%. I asked him that the other day. Are you 100%? Oh, no. 90? No. 80? So he's got pain in the foot. He do hit around it.
Rolls this one out to Murphy. 2 outs for Hunter Pence. Pence had an infield hit in the second inning. Since then, he's 0 for 3. And he looks at a pitch wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Matt Cain tomorrow for the Giants. Two 2-0 with Nick Noonan on deck. And a strike, and it's 2-1. Two and 2.
Fastball right down that inside corner.
So Pence has worked it to a full count. Hit right back up the middle. They pair him to Murphy. And Murphy throws it into the dugout. And it'll be a hit and an error. So Pence with a couple of hits tonight.
Just off the tip of the glove of Torres. And this would have been a nice play by Murphy. But I don't know how much of a grip he had on that ball, because Ike Davis at first base had no chance. It wasn't close. So that's what you like, with 2 outs in the ninth to make an error.
Noonan hammers one into right center field. That's going to score Pence. So Noonan's got a pinch hit single and an RBI.
be the greatest comeback of
all time.
It all started with a 2-out knock in an air. And very quickly, David Arsman starts to get up and begin throwing in the Mets bullpen.
Noonan's going to go, and nobody cares as he's down to second. Crawford fouls this one at the plate. Giants pregame live will be at noon. And we'll have the ball game for you right at the bottom of the hour.
5th big league start for Zach Wheeler.
Outside to Crawford. Crawford hits this one up the middle, and it hits the umpire.
Dead ball. Unbelievable.
Unfortunately, it cost Crawford an RBI.
If it hits the umpire, and the umpire is in front of the players, it's a dead ball. If it hits an umpire behind the line of defending players, it's a live ball. So an embarrassing moment for C.B. Buckner. Crawford will get a base hit, but in it the ball is dead. Noonan cannot advance. Like I say, if he was in the outfield behind the infielders and that ball hits him, it's a live ball. You play it as if it hit the rosin bag. So we have seen some funky things in this homestand, and just kind of throw that on the list.
Major funky. Heroes is 0 for 4. Check that 0 for 3 had a sacrifice bunt in the 6th. There's a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's the ball game as Quiroz lines out to Murphy. So game 2 in the series goes to the Mets, and it was in 8th inning where the Mets scored 5 times in the big blow, a grand slam by Marlon Byrd. So the Giants need to win tomorrow to salvage a game in this series.
Well, and a rare night for the Giants pitching. They allowed 8 walks, and that really did them in because of those 8 walks, 5 scored. And that was the difference in this game.
So here at AT&T Park, the final score, the Mets 10 and the Giants 5. Eastern's Giants postgame live with interviews, and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.